employee salary validator. That is the
Wait,
purpose.
before
Yes.
you do,
Yep.
salary, correct salary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm
Okay.
following.
Yes, that's very good actually. You are seeing each and every, letter what I type. That's what,
Mhm.
my students' concentrate level should be.
Yeah.
Okay, you see here models and then validation folder I have created. That is why my namespace is having validation. Okay. So in order to have your class for the validation purpose, you need to implement two classes. That's called attribute, so that your class can be mentioned as attribute within your model. Okay, let me close this one. You see here, range, these are all attribute. Okay, so once you implement attribute, then you can use it, your class as like this. Okay,
Okay.
now attribute, and then one more thing is that, I model validator. The main purpose of this one is validating of my model. So I model validator provider. Then automatically your model binding validation also comes into the picture. Okay, so why this one error is coming is that you have to implement all of the
The
methods.
method.
Yeah. So for that purpose, the main thing what you are referring here is that, it is showing implement. I just implement interface. Let's see.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. So first we will create this one as, first we will create, validate method. That is the important thing. So I'll just put it as this one, public. Let's see, we don't need this one. So public, sorry, this is not correct. I model validator. I don't know why that. Yeah, so that is the thing. Under that, we'll have a validate method. Validate method. That is going to return my IEnumerable of your model validation result. Say error or anything that is going to be returned. And then my validate method is going to have model validation context. This is the thing. And then under the context, your property value would be coming. Okay. Now, once you have the value, you need to check your model value, and then you can apply the conditions. Okay. Now, I'm going to put, you see here, context dot model is your value. So that is coming as an object. Because we are going to use this one for salary, let's convert this value into your int. To int 32. So now we will convert the value into int 32. Okay, so we have converted the value. Now, so we have put the conditions for equal, right? For example, equal 30,000. Okay, now we need to throw errors from here. Okay, now return new list of model validation result. Model validation result, that type, and then inside we can add the error. Okay. Now inside I'm going to add new model validation result. Okay, so member name I'm just putting empty, not required, and then here you can type what is the error message. Okay, salary cannot be equal to 30,000. See, my example I'm putting. So similar to like that, however, validation in a business scenario for any project based on the need, you can create of it. So now in case of else case, we'll just return empty one. Okay. Or else it won't accept because everything has to be returned. Okay, else return. So you can put enumerable dot empty. I don't want to return anything, so I just put it as model validation result. Empty thing I'm putting. Say now what is my intention is here that if it is equal to 30,000, throw an error so that 30,000 cannot be taken as salary. Okay, or else it is a no validation errors, everything can be correct. Okay, so now let's run this one. Now employee salary validator, where you are going to put for our salary property. Okay, like that you can use. You see here. So I can use this one as attribute because of we have created attribute here. Okay.
I was gonna ask you, I said we haven't referenced it yet, but yeah, good.
Yeah, so automatically it comes. You don't need to add that one. Okay. So we just started with the attribute. After that, how we can create like these, properties and all, I'll show that to you. Okay. Now let's see whether our employee salary, validator works or not. Okay. Now let's run. Loading employee, create new. Okay, so this is all our default validations. Okay, now for the salary. So the first thing is 0. For the 0, it can't accept 20,000 to 200,000. Say I'm going to put 30,000 now. Okay, if you want to debug of it, you can always put a breakpoint and verify. So I'm just putting a breakpoint. Now 30,000, I'm checking. You see here, my employee salary validator is hitting. You see here context. Under that context, you have a model 30,000. This is coming from your model value. Whatever you have entered here, that value is coming here. So we have a value, so we can easily verify the value, what it is, and then you can apply errors. Okay. Now we are seeing model, whether it is equal to 30,000. Yes, it is equal to 30,000. Okay. Now error we are adding. Now let's run. You see here, salary cannot be equal to 30,000. This is coming from your custom validator.
So,
Yeah.
so what we have done is in real-time scenario, in real-time project, requirement will come that, okay, we already have all these validations in place, but
Yeah.
we want that you shouldn't use salary for 30,000.
Yeah.
So now we can use that validation to put it there in already an
Correct.
existing validation. So
Correct.
now if 30,000 is added, I mean, if somebody were to put 30,000, that would be able to filter it out. I like it.
Correct. Yes, you're right. So that is the way we can use custom validator. However, the business scenario, if you want to use it, you can create your own custom validator. Okay, see now we have fixed this 30,000 here. I don't want to fix 30,000 here. My model validation is dependent on my properties. Say here, similar to like this minimum and maximum range you are specifying, right? 2170 like that. The similar way, your your validation also should accept the parameters. Okay, so for that you can create a property called something, any of the public int non-allowable salary, something like that. Okay, non-allowable salary. Okay, get set. Okay, so I'm putting this way, and then this non-allowable salary, I'm just going to put it here. Okay, so even from here also, I'm not going to hard code it of it. I'm going to use my property. Okay, so this value, this non-allowable salary has to come from my model. Okay,
Okay. How
now
do we
if you
reference
put it
it?
here, you can see here. You see here, properties are coming now. So you
Oh,
can
equals
put
to int.
non-allowable salary equal to 30,000. So this
Hmm.
way, it is more dependency injection. You can use it here. So
Mhm.
this is the dependent. So you have a dependent here 30,000 that we'll have removed now. There is no dependency on that 30,000 hard coded thing. The
Mhm.
value is coming from my property. So we are
Mhm.
injecting what is the property value here. Okay, this is
Mhm.
called dependency injection also, you can say. So instead of 30,000, however you want it, you can put it, anything you can put it here.
Oh,
Easy,
that's more,
easy for
more
us.
generic. Yeah, it's more
Yeah, more
generic.
generic now. So employee salary validator, and then the similar way, if you want to add any more properties, you can add it, and then you can you can use inside your logic. The values would be coming from your properties of your attribute
Mhm.
validator. Okay.
Mhm.
So for example, I just put it only one of the property here. Similar way, you can add many things. Okay, so I can add one more thing here. So non-allowable property is one thing. If you want to put the error message also coming from there,
Mhm.
you can put it that way, right? Because we are sending error message for other properties, required property like that.
Mhm. So
Okay.
string.
Yeah, string
Mm.
error message gets it.
Okay.
Okay. So the error message here, whatever I'm using, Control C, I'm just going to put instead of this one, direct my error message. So nothing is hard coded here. Everything is
Mm-hmm.
coming from my
Dynamically being.
dynamically. Okay.
Mhm.
Now if you just put comma, you see here error message is also coming. Now
Mhm.
let's error message equal to, I'm going to put, you cannot enter 50,000 as salary. Something like that, anything. Okay. Now let's
Mhm.
run how this works. So in a real-time project, these things are very important.
Oh, very
You
important.
write, you write your own validations of it. Say
Custom
something like that.
validations, I must. Each time they give you a requirement, you have
Yes,
to do some validations. I mean, many times you can use existing validation already based on the requirement. But
correct.
however, the requirements could come that they want you to do a custom validation on those too.
Right, right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
where
let's,
that's where you face a problem if you learn everything from just watching videos.
yes. See, my main intention is that, first you have to face a problem. If you face a problem, then you will understand how to resolve it. And then the
Mhm.
importance of how to resolve it and the solution. If you
Yeah.
directly write, this is the how you implement, this is the how you implement means, you won't understand what is the importance or significance of it. First, you will
Mhm.
have to face the problem. Then you
Mhm.
understand the importance of the solution. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is my motto. Okay, so this is the where you get problems, and then I just put one, and then Alfred. So all of these is you cannot enter
Mhm.
salary. I'll just put in one just to show you something, and then is here. Okay, I don't want breakpoint here now. I'm just, you see here? Yes, this is coming from your range validator of it. Okay, so let's change that to 21. Okay, and then salary between 20,000 and then 200K. Okay, so now I'm just going to increase to
40.
40. So 40,000 anyway it would take.
Yeah.
Want to stop that one, so let's stop it. Please enter valid department. Now let's put 50,000 where our exception message, custom exception message going to come. You cannot enter 50,000 as salary. This error message is coming from our custom validator, and then this error message. It is coming from here. Okay. Now let's change that one to 60,000 or 40,000, anything would take. So 60,000, and then our department is development. Okay, now it should be successfully able to create of it.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Nice.
I love it. This is what happened in real life project.
Yes,
what
yes.
you're doing now is like you're doing a demo of your development, what you develop, and you're doing a demo saying, okay, this was the requirement, this is what we are doing, and now you can see we are getting exactly what is required.
Yes,
Demo
correct.
is complete. Good job.
Yeah, so thank you so much. So I want you make to understand and happy about what I'm doing. So
yeah,
salary, let's try 100.
Nope, it won't work.
It will not work of it. Yes, we know that anyway. So let's put 20,000. This is my minimum salary. Okay, so that would accept it anyway.
Development will not work.
Yeah, so development. So it has to get it. So this is the how you can add it, and then you can edit, delete, anything you can do. See, now we have covered the model validation only on the create part of it. The same model validation should work on the edit also. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's change my age as 1, and then salary also 100. Let's see how it's going to work. So update, I'm just removing my breakpoints. I don't need, because we know that functionality works. Okay, so it is not working. Why? Because, can you tell me?
Because we haven't done no validation for edit.
Correct. So let's add that validation. So in the create, we have this. So let's copy paste of it. And then let's add that validation. And then else we are going to return empty view. That's very important, okay? Return view. Okay. Now hot reload. This is very important. I like this hot reload in .NET Core. You don't need to stop and rerun. Okay, so I'm going to employee. Okay, so I don't want this one. So let's remove this one. So let's add one more. 2 and then bank card. So I'm going to put 23 Cameroon salary 40,000. I'm going to put development create of it. Now let's go to edit. So age 1, salary 1. You see here, validation is coming.
Perfect.
Yeah, so all good. Now let's try the other scenarios also. 21, my custom validator, I'm going to validate now. So 20,000. So first I'll put 50,000. See here, 50,000 is not taking. This validation is coming from that your, no, we have entered 500K.
500,000. No, do 50.
So 50,000 is the validation we have. See, you cannot enter 50,000. And then as soon as
how did he take the same custom validation that we did, even though we did not really refer it on the controller for update? How did it pick it up?
No, we did. We are adding is valid.
Okay.
See, ultimately you need to understand here is that what is the model this update action method is taking? What is the model? Employee,
Employee,
right?
yeah.
When you go to this model, you see here all the validations automatically applies. And then we are
Yes.
checking here model state. When you
Mm-hmm.
submit HTTP post, you come here and then model state. What is our model? Employee. That model is valid or not. So because we are seeing the model, whatever values I have entered
Mm-hmm.
as a user, that is not valid. And then it goes to the else part and then return view, which is empty, right?
Right.
And then it goes to here, create or update in this case. Now let's go to update. Here you see here span ASP validation for, and then you have a properties here, ID, name, age, and then you have address, salary, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So for the salary validation errors, it is looking here. So now you go to employee and then salary property of it. And then these are all the validations it is going to execute and display an error message at your span. At your
Okay.
span. That is the what it is doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So in the legacy way, in the olden days, you used to take these controls, take this input control, and then what is the value, read the all of these in the JavaScript, and then verify the value. Then you display the error messages. These are all the things you were doing manually earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ASP.NET Core MVC is giving all of those features, which is ready-made available for you. You just needs to use them.
Yes.
You don't need to write any of those logic externally. Okay, that is where we are seeing it is a very simple and useful. The existing features, I'm just using them. You don't need to write. So that time waste also is not happening. You just needs to concentrate on your model and then model validations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You just needs to concentrate only on that. Then automatically it will taken care of all of your validations. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
also, if you want to see how these working, you just right click on your code, the browser, and then you can go to your view source. Okay, where we view page source,
Mm-hmm.
confirm from resubmission, continue. You see here, these are all
Mm-hmm.
your view source. Okay, so it is all doing all of these validations under your your site or or your bootstrap or here. So using that automatically your validations is happening. You see here span, automatically this span will be loaded with the value. You see here our value, you cannot enter 50,000 as salary. This is
Mm-hmm.
coming your validation span tag. Where is that
Mm-hmm.
span tag? The span tag is here at your weave. This one, this is span tag.
Mm-hmm.
See, actually, you don't need to understand in detail of how it works, but you just have a knowledge where it is going to display and all. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the span usually takes your validation messages, and this is your input control. You see here, you did not write, input type equal to number, the range, all of that. It is coming by default, dependent on your model.
Okay.
So the model you see here, input ASP for age, this one automatically takes care of because you are specifying age or salary, and then it goes here employee. It will look for you have a integer type and then you have a range. You have a range. So based on that, it will automatically determine within the HTML what is the input control you need to create, what is the
Mm-hmm.
type, whether it is a number type or something else. You see here address. For address, you don't have input type equal to number, correct? It is a text because address is a text. The text, how it is determining is that, inside your model, you have specified address as my string type. So that is the way it has created input type equal to text. So these are all, HTML related basically, but I'm trying to explain to you to make it easy understand.
Right.
Yeah, so you might be having input type equal to text, input type equal to number, or input type equal to, email. These are all the things comes as part of HTML file.
Right.
Right? So those things automatically determine based on your model property type.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it right, what I mean to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is all good. Yeah, so everything is here, and then, at the below you have a back to list, all that. So, and then this control, everything will be created on the fly for you. So
Okay.
where is that? Back to list and all, use this one. You see here, localhost slash employee. That is the thing, it will create as hyperlink anchor control for you. And then this footer, and then this header, everything comes from your layout. You remember, right? Layout we have covered.
Yes.
Yeah, so that comes
Yeah.
from your layout. This entire thing, and then at the bottom, this footer and all. So only this part is coming from your weave.
Yeah.
Only this part is coming from your weave. So this view at the dynamically whichever page you are accessing, that will be keep on changing. Keep on changing. So just for example, I'll go to privacy and let's see the view source of it. You see here. So the top point of it, the header will not change. And then the footer is not changing. Only the part it is changing here is that, your in between page, the main content of it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so that is called your layout. I know we have covered this one, but yeah, so I'm just, because the context has come, I'm trying to reiterate that step for you. Okay, so far you have any doubts?
No, everything looks good.
Yeah, that is good. So we have, 10 minutes left. So I can give context of it. And the next thing that is called partial view.
Okay, sure.
Here is a thing. Yeah, so we have covered CRUD operations, validate the data. We have covered these, model error, all that. Okay. And then custom model validation attribute we have covered. Okay. And then we have a partial view. So partial views are very important thing as part of MVC concepts. Okay, so we know how we are creating view and all, but say in some examples, we need to create partial view. So what is partial view? Say the reusable content of the view. So say something like, for example, what is the best example we can use? Say for one example, say payment scenario. The payment scenario is where you will enter your card details and then payment, right? So
Yes.
that payment scenario, page, you want to put at multiple pages. Say, at the payment screen, and then once you have added all of the items into the cart, and then at the below of the cart also you want to put. So instead of writing your logic across multiple places, you can write your content at one place, and then wherever you want, you can just use it.
Oh.
Okay, so it's basically reusable, but you have written the logic at only one place. Okay, so that multiple lines of code will be reduced. Okay, so this is called partial weave. Okay, so I just put some pages. So in many views, you can use of it. For example, here, right, the header, you see here, wherever I go to view source of it, the header and footer is not changing.
No.
Because the header and footer we have used only at one place called layout, and then layout is used by multiple places. The similar way we can use for, you can use for multiple purposes. Okay, so here, for example, when you are creating update and create, right? You see the similar lines of code you have used.
Yeah.
You see here similar lines of code, even for update also, because it is the same control. Okay, so now this is the best example. You can move all of these common logic into your partial view. Okay, and then just refer into your, update or create view. Okay, now let's see how you can create of it. Okay, so since we have some time, so we can close that one also. Okay, now we have models. There is nothing to change those levels. At only the views, we are going to add our, so the view name has to be, very meaningful way. So let's put create or update view.
Can't you say create or update partial view?
Yeah, so here we have layout is coming, razor layout. Okay, that's fine. So let's put create or update. Okay, so I'm just putting a bit, and then as a naming convention thing to show this is a in a partial view, I'm just putting one underscore, so that what are all starting with underscore, these are all my partial view pages. Okay, so I'm just mentioning that and click on add of it. Okay, so I have added. Now let's move what are all under my create. Okay, so let's move this form logic. Control X. Okay, I'm putting here. So action method, I will not take it. Why? Because it has to work for create and update both the things. If you don't put action method anything, by default, the local only it will take.
Okay.
Okay, you see here, the errors are coming. So how we can resolve here is that you will have to use your model. Okay, or you can take from here. That will be easy for us. Copy paste is always good. I like that. Okay, so from the create, I put it here. Okay, where is our thing? Create or update here. Okay, see all of my errors gone. Now, how you can refer this one into your create or update. Okay, so I think I have done Control X.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right?
tell you, but
Yeah, that is okay. That is okay, not a problem. Okay.
just undo here, it will come back. And
Yes.
Control Z.
Yeah. So here create under create. Okay, create employee, and then here from here we have removed of it. Okay, so here basically what you can put it as, you can call, you can add your partial view here. So how you can add it here is, you'll have to specify await. There is a HTML helper. So HTML dot partial asynchronous. And then you will have to specify what is your
Class, the name of the class or name of
the name of the partial view. So create or update. Create or update. And then comma. You need to pass the model here. So I'm just passing model. Okay. So any dots here? So let's put the same thing to our update also. Okay. So I'm just copy pasting of it. Where is our update? Our update here. Okay. So I don't want all of these now. So this entire thing is gone now. Just replace with one liner. Okay. Now just to verify, just we will run and verify of it.
Wait, go to the create. Let's see. Create. Yeah, that's the part I wanted to. I wanted to compare it with just the create view.
Create.
Yeah, that one. Click. Let me see what you have there. Don't you need that at model ASP, the reference up there?
Oh,
Don't
you
you
mean
need
in the update?
the update? Yeah.
Yes, we need it.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good point. You see here, already there.
Okay, good. All right,
Okay.
then you have
Update.
update employee.
See, I did not put this entire thing into our view. Why? Because you have here update. And then you have here create. That's why I put that entire thing even here and even in an update. Here I did not put it, or else we'll have to change that one. How you can change all of those. So only the reusable thing I moved it here.
Yes.
Okay, now let's verify whether this one works or not. We have only 2 minutes left.
We're running out of time. Man, this partial view, I'm very sure if you go try to watch a video online on Udemy, they're gonna explain it until you just get lost.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just to add. See, you see here, create employee, everything is working like earlier now. There is no difference.
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. You're right.
And then the validations also. Let's cover that one. Okay. You see here, my validations are still.
Validation. Oh,
Yes, see, there is no change actually. It is all happening inside of my background application. No one is knowing at the front end. If you look at the view source still, it is referring to all of your code. See, everything is rendering. There is no change.
Nice.
So that is how your partial view, and then you can easily, recreate it and then make reuse of it everywhere. You don't need to write reusable of multiple times.
Wonderful. Okay, quick question. We have 1 minute.
Yeah.
How do I open on Windows VS Code? How do I open two windows? How do I want to place two projects so I can switch between one to the other. How do I do that using VS Code? I can do it on Mac, but I don't know how to do it on Windows.
Yeah,
So
you can always run it. Open multiple projects.
Yeah, how do you open multiple projects, please? Before the time.
So right click again. If you click on that Visual Studio, it will open a new instance of Visual Studio for you.
Oh, that's what I needed.
Yeah, it will open a new one. And then you can open your project.
All right.
Anything you can open. For example, anything in that matter. So you can open multiple projects, like multiple Visual Studio will be coming. You see here. So you have multiple things, and then you can run here. Both the things will be running.
That's
So
all I need.
here I'm running one more thing. So one more, Chrome will be appearing, and then it will open the. So you see here.
Yes. Okay, the time is almost running out. Thank you so much.
No problem. So I'll share all of these details with you, and then you can practice.
Yes.